Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Shannon. I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Etsy, and Depop. I'm pretty much everywhere. So this is for last week. I haven't done a what sold in so long, so I'm a little out of touch. But this was for the week of March 30th to April 5th, whatever the Sunday was. So in terms of numbers, April so far has been better. I mean, it's been picking up faster than March. March was like one of my worst months reselling in a very long time. But so far March has been better. You know, it just seems like it's gonna go at a steady pace, so I'm really hoping it stays that way. So in terms of numbers for that week, we did a net profit of $487.04. I was so close to 500, which is my profit goal for each week. I was kind of disappointed that I didn't make it to 500, but you know what? I'm honestly grateful for every single sale that I make because a lot of people are unemployed, as we know. It's a hard time. Every offer that I get, even if it's like $10, I am pretty much taking. I tend to not counter offers anyway, but you know, sometimes I will. 17 total Poshmark sales for last week. Total of 9 eBay sales last week, so Poshmark was actually better than eBay. I'm a little surprised by that myself because I did think that eBay was kind of keeping me afloat last week. The first item that we sold was on April 1st, and it was this Zach and Rachel shirt. I believe that's a Target brand, but I made $10.05 on that shirt. It was a very springy, beautiful color and floral print shirt that was really nice, and they left me a 5-star review. On the 2nd of April, I sold this pair of non-prescription glasses. I've had these so long. I actually bought these for my last job when I worked at Etsy. I was on the computer all day doing customer service emails, and I bought them for like the glow of the, I thought they were kind of like blue light glasses where they would protect you a bit from the glare. So I bought them for that, and then I ended up never wearing them because they were a little bit too big on my face. Anyway, I've had those for a long time. They finally sold, and I made $7.05 on that pair of glasses. This sale on the 3rd of April was a great sale from a really old friend of mine from high school. If she's watching, thank you so much for your sale. She bought a few items. I think there were 4 items in that bundle, and I'll show the pictures of what she got. And I made $64 on that sale. On the 3rd of April, I sold these really cool, chunky 90s platform sandals. They're by the brand Turbo Cat. I'm not really sure where that brand is from, but they were a really cool kind of oriental pattern, and I made $7.05 on those sandals. On the 3rd of April, I sold this Angel by Ozari wool sweater. I actually featured this in a recent thrift haul, or maybe not so recent, but it had this really beautiful clasp in the middle, and the colors were very, very pretty. They were just a multicolored, beautiful sweater, and I made $11.48 on that sweater. I also just want to say that a lot of these sales are the result of me sending offers to likers on, I think I started doing that on Friday, and then I continued into Saturday and Sunday. I have, I think, about 780 active listings on Poshmark right now, and 708 on eBay because I never cross-listed all my old things that I didn't think would sell. So it takes me 1 to 2, maybe 3 days to send offers on my entire closet. So it takes me a long time, so I normally do it like an increment. On the 3rd, I sold this Ninja Turtle tank top. I made $10.05 on that sale. This was an item we had laying around the house. It was Frankie's, and he didn't wear it, so I sold it. I sold these Acid Wash 80s shorts on the 3rd of April. These were a really cool find, really cool vintage find, so 80s, so cool. I made $16 on those shorts. On the 4th of April, I sold a bundle of 2 pairs of boots. Interesting sale because the girl's name was Star, and they were both pairs of boots with stars on them on the back, so they were really cool, and she left me a really nice review. I made $32 on that bundle. On the 4th, I sold this BCBG silk cashmere sweater. I actually got this in a $5 bag sale, and I made $13.38 on that sweater. On the 4th, this was a super random sale because I know people say things sell all year round, And I have experienced that, but this was a Halloween set of placemats. They were sparkly, and I made $3.93 on that sale, and the girl had liked it. I had sent an offer and she'd accepted. On the 4th, I sold this office hoodie. This is a really awesome hoodie I wanted to keep. I'll just put it up here and you can see the Michael Scott quote. It was so cool, and it had so many likes. I thought someone would snag it, but finally I was sending those offers, and someone accepted. So I made $15.20 on that hoodie, and I actually got that in a $5 bag sale. On the 4th, I sold this really cool Led Zeppelin t-shirt. This was a really cool sale. It was a Bravado t-shirt. It had like a super vintage look, but it wasn't vintage because it was only from 2004. And it even had like some holes in the back, but it made it look like it was intentional because it added to the distressed look of the t-shirt. And this was actually the result of a relist that I did. So I rephotographed this item, and I relisted it, and it sold very quickly after I relisted it. So I made $20.80 on that t-shirt. On the 4th, I sold this Franco Sarto tassel saddle bag. This I had for a long time, and I thought this was gonna sell way quicker because I got so many likes on it. It was like every few days I would get a new like, and I would send offers and just no one accepted. So it finally sold as a result of me sending the offers to likers, and I made $11.48 on that bag. On the 5th of April, I sold this St. John Live in the Sunshine t-shirt, and this is a dear friend of mine that keeps buying from me. She's a repeat buyer. She is someone I know personally. I've never met her in real life, but she was a foster mom to my dog Molly at my mom's house. So she is a dear friend, and she keeps buying for me, and she also is just such a kind-hearted person. She sent me a whole box of stuff to sell last week and didn't ask anything in return. And she even spent like $40 in shipping. I insisted on giving her money for it, but she wouldn't take it. So she's just a really kind-hearted person, and I appreciate all of her sales. I made $7.05 on that t-shirt. On the 5th, I sold these really cool vintage Lee high-waist jeans. On the 5th, this was a super cool sale. I bought this at a yard sale last summer. I thought this thing would like fly off the shelves. This is when I was really new to full-time reselling, and I would pick up these really cool vintage things thinking they would sell very quickly, and then they would sit, mainly because it is harder to sell vintage and unbranded things, because if you think about online shopping, a lot of people are searching for a direct brand or specific item. This was a really cool hand-painted leather jacket, and I kept sending out offers no one was taking. I finally got an offer, I think Sunday night, of $50, and I took it. So I was so happy to see this go because it was such a unique piece. It had all of these vintage biker rally pins on it, and I made $40 on that jacket. And yes, you're hearing the doggies because they are sitting here with me. Let me see if I can show you. Let's see, where are they? Hey Rennie, where's Shiloh? She's under the chair. There she is. So yeah, you're gonna hear that. But they are protecting the house when they hear noises. Whoops. Last sale on Poshmark of last week was this bundle of 2 items, and I made $40. Moving on to eBay. So starting on March 30th, we sold this Harley Davidson pinstripe men's button-down t-shirt. This was actually missing a button as well, but it did sell, and I made $14.17 on that shirt. On the 31st, I sold this Free People turtleneck bodysuit. This was sold on commission for a girl I know that gave me a bunch of clothes to sell, and she had a lot of Free People, and most of the Free People items are gone. And I made $8.30 on that after splitting 50-50 for commission. I believe the sold price was $16.57 after fees, so we split that evenly. On the 31st, I sold these Minnetonka moccasins. I got these at the bins, so I made a really good profit. I made $21.37 on those moccasins, and considering I got them for probably like 50 cents, or I think shoes are like $1 at the bins, really good profit. On the 1st, this was a really interesting sale because it was a result of relisting and rephotographing an item, which if you're not doing that, definitely try it. I wasn't doing this until probably the end of last year, and I started doing it, and then I really ramped it up this year when I got my ring light for Christmas. I really started rephotographing items and relisting them. like completely deleting the old listing and relisting with new photographs, and it really helps. LuLaRoe is not a brand I pick up, but I did already have this dress, and since the pandemic, with not being able to source, I'm just relisting a lot more. So I'll normally do like 5 new listings a day with free donations I've gotten through Facebook Marketplace, and then I will add in 5 relisted items to make for a total of 10 new listings. So this was a result of that. I took new pictures of this LuLaRoe dress, and also what I think helped is that I looked up the exact style name, which was the Nicole dress, and I included the photo next to it in like a collage of how it fit, and it sold actually like the next day. So I was really surprised by it. On the second, I sold this Truly Madly Deeply, which I believe is an Urban Outfitters brand tank top. It was really cool. It had like a moon on it, very boho. I made $19.61 on that tank top. On the second, I sold this North Face jacket. This was actually free because Frankie bought it at a yard sale and then never wore it, so we decided to list it. I had gotten it returned on eBay, I think last week, because it was my fault. I neglected to include a photo of some damage on the inside. So they returned it, and literally I relisted it that day and it sold the same day. So I think the reason for that is that it's a very waterproof shell jacket, and I think people are thinking about like rain in the spring, hiking, etc. So I made $41.84 on that jacket. On the third, I sold this Everlane t-shirt. I have a story for this. It was a bad buy. My first time ever finding Everlane. I found it at this really cool, kind of more of a consignment, like upper priced thrift store in a really cool town near me that's very hipster. So they basically raised the prices on everything there. But my first time finding Everlane there, I found a pair of Everlane jeans and this t-shirt. The jeans sold very quickly, and I think I made like $35. The reason it was a bad buy is because I paid $5 for it and I only made $1.98 after shipping and fees on this, so I actually was in the negatives on that t-shirt. To be honest with you, I knew picking it up that it was a bad buy because I looked up solds and I knew it would only sell for around 25 to 30, but I figured, you know what, $5, I'll still make a profit. But then it just kind of sat, and I got an offer. I just decided to accept it and move on. On the fourth, I sold this Alexander's vintage turban hat. I got this at the bins, and I made $19.63 on that hat. I actually had another offer on eBay previously that the person never paid for, so this was the second offer on eBay for this hat. On the fourth, I sold this W5 by Anthropologie bicycle tank top, and I made $15.95 on that tank top after fees and shipping. So that was all of Poshmark and eBay. I actually did have one Mercari sale, which I have not had a Mercari sale in weeks before this, but I'm trying to get more consistent with listing on there. And this was a Philosophy chambray midi dress, and this sat forever. I rephotographed it, relisted it, and it did sell, but the problem with this was that I miscalculated the shipping. So I ended up thinking I was gonna make $8.51, and then I had to go back once I weighed it and realized that I miscalculated the shipping. So the shipping actually cost like $10, so I only made $2.73 on that dress. But at this point, I wasn't gonna cancel the order, so I just accepted the $2.73 and moved on. But that was all of my sales for the week. I hope this was helpful for you guys and that there wasn't too much background noise. Maybe you enjoyed the birds chirping. I've been really enjoying getting outside, keeping me sane in this crazy pandemic. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy this shot of Shiloh sleeping. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.